Hello everyone, Jamarcus here, and I'm here with quarterfinals of DDL. We were seed number one, so we got first pick at who we wanted to face between 5th through 8th seed. And I picked Harvey. Of the people that I could pick, two of them were rematches, and I didn't want to pick them, so I had Harvey or Deepav, and I thought I had a better matchup into Harvey, so that's who I chose. You see his team in front of you. He's got a Spectre. Always a threat. My dark type's not very bulky. I have a Terapagos, which should help, but um, still a huge threat. Um, AV Iron Hands is like the most obvious bring of all time. It's pretty strong into Iron Moth, Gren, and Terapagos. It also helps for like offensive Zapdos, which kind of destroys the team as well. I didn't end up bringing that, but I think it was an option that I could have brought for sure. Um, let's just look at what I brought. Starting off, Azu. They don't switch into Azu very well. Liquidation and Play Rough hits the team very well. Tentacruel's the only resist to the dual stab, and if that thing is max HP, it gets 2 KO'd. Um, so, and it doesn't kill me back actually, depending on the set. If there's like max speed, max HP, they switch in, take 50, die to the next one, and they don't kill me. Play Rough, if they bring like Intimidate Arcanine, hard to click. But otherwise, Liquidation is really free into the team, unless they bring like a defensive Serena as well. But again, these are their lower tier mons. I'm expecting more like top 5 plus Sandaconda, that sort of thing. And to help Azu, I brought Trick Room Carbink. Get up the Trick Room and blow up pretty much, and then bring in Azu and click Liquidation 3 times and probably get a kill or 2. Oh, spoilers. I brought Charm because I'm pretty scared of Sandaconda with Coil. It's the kill leader. It has 14 kills in the regular season. I'm second place with 13 kills on Slitherwing. So Coil Sandaconda, big threat. I had Earth Power at first to help with Tentacruel, but it wasn't doing any damage anyways. I had max special attack at one point. I still wasn't doing any damage. So I just brought Charm instead and max Fizdef to help me live 2 Earthquakes from a defensive Sandaconda. Next up, Metagross, Assault Vest. Really good switch into Screamtail. Not much it can do to me. It can pair me. I don't really care. Heavy Slam hits the team pretty strong, except for Iron Hands. Walled by Orthworm. Gotta watch out for that. But I do also have Earthquake and Psychic Fangs just for coverage. Psychic Fangs is a really nice neutral click into the team. It's nice because it does a little more damage to Tentacruel than Earthquake will. And also, they have ground immunes, so Psychic Fangs is like gonna guarantee damage because I don't think Weavile switching in on a Metagross. Just max attack, a little bit of speed to outspeed defensive Serena, and then the rest in HP. Should be taking a Shadow Ball for like fairly comfortably, like 60% from a Spectre. Then I can kill with Heavy Slam. If they have some bulk Heavy Slam and a Bullet Punch should do it. Although if they're like Wisp Hex, then they Wisp me, then they kill me. So I gotta watch out for that. Next up, Garchomp. Pretty standard set, just SD, dual stab. I have Fire Blast for Orthworm, should 2 KO. And I'm Yachi to help me not get revenge killed by Ice Shard. But it's also nice to like set up on, because I can kind of set up on Iron Hands. Ice Punch doesn't do that much. They take Rough Skin. If they're Play Rough, does a little more, but we can work around it. Same with Ice Beam from Screamtail. Yachi is pretty nice here. I think it's a little overrated of an item on Garchomp. But I do think it is one of the best items I could have brought this game. Just pretty much max speed, outspeeding Tentacruel, and max attack with some Spadef. Next up, Terap. This is probably my lead, except for one instance, which I'll get into. Just Double Dance, Terra Starstorm, Dark Pulse, no speed. I'm not too worried about any Scarfers. As long as I'm outspeeding Spectrier after +2, I'm happy. Then Calm Mind up alongside Spectrier if it has it. Then Terra Starstorm hits the entire team incredibly hard, except for Spectrier, so I have Dark Pulse. I don't have super effective coverage for Orthworm. I don't think I need it. I think Dark Pulse is doing enough to that thing. Even Terra Starstorm is doing, I think, more than Dark Pulse to Orthworm. Silk Scarf, Silk Scarf, Modest, Terra Starstorm. Pretty much 2-hit kills everything on the team, except for like really Spadef, AV, Iron Hands, and obviously Spectre. So probably just gonna leave this and click Terra Starstorm. Now, if they bring Noivern, I'm scared of Super Fang. Super Fang ignores Terra Shell and just halves my HP. It's not the worst case scenario because I get a very strong Terra Starstorm off on them, but there's a world where I lead Carbink and just go for Trick Room Azu right away if I see a Noivern. And last up, Iron Moth. This is my late game sweeper if Garchomp fails, or if Terrapagos doesn't sweep. After everything's chipped, like an AV Iron Hands or Screamtail or Tentacruel, after especially Azu chips down Tentacruel, they don't really switch into this. I can sub, depending on like Screamtail set, if they're only Dazzling Gleam, Thunder Wave, I can sub on them pretty freely. Fiery Dance hits the team neutrally quite well. Psychic and Sledge Wave are just coverage moves for those fire resists, really. Need to be careful of Terras on Sandaconda, but I'm hoping to have that thing chipped down enough to where I can just Fiery Dance and kill it. Especially if I have a boost, I should be good. Pretty good matchup into Weavile, because I'm already using my item, so knockoff isn't doing that much. And then Ice Shard and probably Poison Jab for Azu, I'm expecting. Maybe like low kick, I don't know how much damage that does to Gran, but again, that doesn't do much to me. So good matchup into Weavile. So I'm liking the booster speed Moth, but we'll see what happens. What do I expect to see? Probably top 5 plus Sandaconda. Weavile struggles a little bit, but I do think it's nice for Garchomp. But we don't see the Weavile. Let me switch sides. We see nothing that I expected. We see an Arcanine, which I never saw in Mox, and Serena, which I never saw in Mox. And Sandaconda does show up as well. Spectre, not surprising. Iron Hands, not surprising at all. And Tentacruel, I think makes sense. At least a one-time switch into Azu. So there's no Noivern, I'm leading Terrapagos. Terra Starstorm looks incredibly strong into the team. And I think I'll be able to stay in and make progress no matter what I lead into with Terrapagos. We see the Spectre lead. This is a threat. I should never lose to this off lead because I have sturdy Trick Room with Mental Herb. So if they're taunt, or if they get +6, Shadow Ball's not going to kill me, they can't taunt me, I can get up a Trick Room, and then I can just go into Azu and kill it. Even if they have a sub up, Azu into Metagross can kill it. I'm not going to lose with the Spectre on lead. And I also have Bullet Punch into Aqua Jet, which does a lot of damage. So if I get even like 25% chip on the Spectre, it should die to those two priority moves. With that being said, I'm staying in. I'm going to click Rock Polish. If they taunt me, if they're like taunt CM, I'm going to switch. If they're just like sub CM Draining Kiss Shadow Ball, I think I win that matchup. So I stay into Rock Polish. As they set up a sub, that's fine. I can Calm Mind in front of this thing now, and I'm faster than it. So it has a sub up, but I have the speed advantage, and I have super effective coverage against it, and my Terra Shell up. So I think this is really strong for me, actually. They reveal leftovers, so no weakness policy. Something to watch out for sure. I do still think I win this interaction, even if they are weakness policy. Although it would depend on the Draining Kiss recovery. So I Calm Mind in front of them, as they Calm Mind in front of me. So I've got a good idea of their set now. They're probably Shadow Ball, probably Hex, or not Hex, sorry, Draining Kiss. I'm going to start clicking Dark Pulse. I want to break this thing sub. Dark Pulse should be 3-8 KOing even with leftovers. And if I get a flinch, it's looking very good for me. I Dark Pulse again, as they Calm Mind again. I Dark Pulse again here, because it's still looking like a 3-8 KO. Doing like 37% min, so after some leftovers it's going to be close, but a flinch would be great. And anything they go into, I can 2-8 KO. So in comes Iron Hands. I Dark Pulse, and it does 8%. It's max Spadef AV Iron Hands we're working with here, which is an unfortunate set to run into because it actually lives 2 Terra Starstorms. Now they have no attack investment if they're max Spadef and max HP Assault Vest. If they're adamant, there are rolls where I kill, but if they're careful, like absolute max Spadef, I can't kill them, as you can see. Max Spadef, if they're adamant, 43 to 51. Where are we? That's my music. 43 to 51, some rolls that I kill. Whereas if they're careful, if I can type, 46, 47% max. So if I get 247 rolls, I would kill. So there are rolls where I kill with Terra Starstorm here, but it's not looking great. But I'm gonna go for it anyways. I don't think Calm Mining again is the right play. Terra Starstorm, I do 45. Okay. The Ice Punch going for the freeze. Do they get it? They don't, which is great. I Terra Starstorm again, just 44%, and they Volt Switch out. So I'm still really healthy. And I have +2 speed and a Calm Mind up. Arcanine should die. I'm faster than everything. Like if this is AV Serena, it will live, but it's looking pretty good. Arcanine, no clue what this thing's gonna do. But I should kill it. If there's Scarf, I'm faster. Although, with an asterisk, I don't actually know because I have no speed. Maybe Scarf Arcanine would be faster here, but I click Terra Starstorm. They're not Scarf, and they live. They're absolute max Spadef Arcanine. So it's unfortunate that that lived, but this being so low is great for Iron Moth now. Same with Assault Vest Iron Hands. I just need a little bit of chip on Tentacruel and Sandaconda, and it's looking like a really good Iron Moth late game. They roar me out, and they get Iron Moth and use up my booster. Unfortunate. Although I don't actually need my booster that bad. There's no Weavile this matchup, and there's no Screamtail. So Spectre is the only thing that's faster than me, and I think they're going to be Shadow Ball Draining Kiss, which doesn't do enough damage to Iron Moth to kill me. So I don't need my booster speed that bad. So I just pick up a kill with Psychic in case they go to Tentacruel. There's not really a Psychic switch in, since Weavile did not show up, or Orthworm. So down goes Arcanine. In comes Tentacruel here. I'm gonna go Metagross. It's always been my switch into this thing. I don't want to get chip on Tentacruel yet with Psychic. I'd rather use Iron Moth as my win con and get chip with something else. So I go Metagross here. And their Surf does 33% to my max HP Assault Vest Metagross, which reveals they're either modest Mystic Water, which I think is gimmicky, or Specs. So I'm going with their Specs. I thought about making the double to Azu here. Figured it was a pretty safe switch, knowing their Specs, but on the off chance that they are just modest Mystic Water and then they can Poison Move me the next turn, that kind of sucks. So even though Sandaconda is a really obvious switch into me here, I'm just going to click Psychic Fangs. Worst case, their Helmet. Maybe I should have Earthquaked instead to avoid the Helmet, because Psychic Fangs doesn't do that much to them anyways. But I figured I was in a pretty good spot this game. I've almost killed their Iron Hands and their Arcanine's dead. I know what their Tentacruel is. I know what their Spectre is. And I've only really revealed my Terrapago set. Barely lost health. Revealed on booster speed. And taken a bit of chip on Metagross. They know I'm Assault Vest now. Or like Max Spadef. So I just click Psychic Fangs. I figured I'm in a pretty good spot. Don't need to be making overly safe plays. They reveal leftovers. Psychic Fangs does 33%. They're pretty much max Fizz Def. And what do I go into here? I think I go Terrapago. Yeah, I do go Terrapagos here. In comes Terrap. I knew their max defense, so I knew Earthquake wouldn't be doing that much damage. Terra Starstorm, if they're not Terra Steel, should be just killing them here. If they're Terra Steel, I think I'll be alright. I can Calm Mind and do enough damage to them to where they can't get many coils up. And even if they get a lot of coils up, I should always be able to get a Trick Room up with Carbink. And Azu still does a lot of damage. Now if they're Terra Steel, a little bit harder, but Liquidation can still get a defense drop. Doesn't look terrible. As long as I keep it in range of Iron Moth, which, if they're Terra Steel, is like 90%, I think, should be good. I just tear a Starstorm and down they go. They bring in Serena, which I was not expecting to show up. This thing very well could be faster than me. I have no speed on my Terrapagos, so 72 and 85. If this thing's running, let's say they want enough speed to outspeed a Greninja after a Rapid Spin, that's probably more speed than I have on Terrapagos. So this thing could be faster than me and kill me with high jump kick here, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to take my chance and say, hey, if I'm faster than this thing, if they're like Spadef with AV, I need Chip for Fire Dance to kill. I'll click Terra Starstorm. They're not AV. But they're light screen, which I was not expecting at all. So this turn they go Spectre as I combined, figuring that Terra Starstorm is going to be a roll to kill them. Because light screen halves the damage, that's 33.5%. They're 33. I don't think they can kill me. I don't think they're going to bring high jump kick on a screen set. They probably want U-turn or knockoff or stab over that move, or even triple axle for Garchomp. So, or play rough maybe. So I don't think they can kill me. So I click Combine. Covers the Spectre, switch it. But with a light screen up, I need to be very careful with the Spectre. I could just keep combining up alongside it and stall out the light screen. But that puts me in a really awkward spot, especially since I've lost my booster speed on Moth. So if this thing manages to kill my Terrapagos with Draining Kiss, and that heals it to full HP, I'm really relying on Carbink to get up Trick Room, which it can, but it puts me in a bit more of an awkward spot. I can just go hard Carbink now, and keep my Terrapagos healthy. They Calm Mind, that's fine, I can get up a Trick Room. And then I can just blow up and bring in Azu, which does not die to Shadow Ball. By me killing myself with Misty Explosion, I prevent the Grimnay. And I bring in Azu to 2-hit KO with Knockoff. There's no reason to not click Knockoff here. I was very much expecting to be clicking Liquidation and Play Rough with Azu this game, but there's no Knockoff resist except for a 3% Iron Hands, and Knockoff does a lot more to Tentacruel. So yeah, and it doesn't miss. So Knockoff's the play here. Shadow Ball will not kill me. Not even a crit would have killed there. And I can just knock off again. They sack Serena, that's fine. And in comes Iron Hands. I scared myself into thinking that they are min speed, and that this could be a speed tie this turn. And I figured keeping Aqua Jet in the back is nice for Spectre, so I don't really feel like losing this speed tie. And if I knock off again, then I have to switch into Tentacruel, which is fine. I can go Metagross, but they'll Surf the next turn or Flip turn if they don't click Sledge Wave, which they probably will, seeing as their specs, but it leads to my opponent having to predict and me hoping they don't make the right prediction. So instead of clicking Knockoff here and killing Iron Hands, because they're probably not min speed, I go hard Garchomp. They can't kill me with anything. I'm thinking an electric move's coming out. Even if they fighting move for some reason, or even if they Ice Punch, I'll live. Play Rough, I'll live. Because they don't have any attack investment. So I can just go hard Garchomp. The Trick Room will end, and I can kill with Scale Shot. I hit. That's great. Now I'm faster than Spectre. I 2-hit KO it. It does not kill me. I Earthquake. They Shadow Ball. Even if they click Draining Kiss here, it would have done a little bit less damage. Shadow Ball's base 120 power. Draining Kiss is base 100. So even after the healing they would have got, they would have died to the next Earthquake. So down goes Spectre, and then Tentacruel will also die to Earthquake. And just like that, quarterfinals is over. We take the win over Harvey. I think I played really well. I think that going into Carbink there on the Spectre was a good turn. Staying in with Terrapagos, with the light screen up, could have at least gotten Spectre a kill or two. Whereas when going into Carbink, I really only lost Carbink. Moth didn't do much, but could have won the late game if I needed it to. Would have needed a Fiery Dance boost for Psychic to kill Tentacruel though. But Garchomp gets the late game instead. Seeing as Santa Cana was weakened, it was a pretty good Garchomp late game. I like the team I brought. I think Trick Room with Azu's really cool. I'm glad I brought it. It worked pretty well. Um, GG to my opponent. And we face the winner of Weirdy and Crep next week, which are both rematches for me. So semifinals is a guaranteed rematch, which I'm not excited about, but will manage, right? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in semifinals. Bye-bye.